how do you think of what do you think of the online classes? It's okay, not
Well, what I feel,
yeah,
it's different, but it's fun at the same time.
yeah.
You need to like pay more attention. So it's fun in the aspect that okay, I don't need to like rush for the bus. Like I mean, I just wake up and I just open my laptop and I'm
Yes.
in class. So like that's the fun part.
Yeah. Do you think that it requires more discipline?
Yes, personally, yes.
Yeah, yeah, because it's something it can be in short supply with all of us, and you know, particularly for young people. It's not always so easy to have the discipline that you need. We have been joined by somebody. Can I say hello to you? Sorry, you've arrived in Oliesa, is it?
Yes.
Hi, how are you? You're here for engineering and technology questions and answers?
No, I don't know. I think I'm for economics. I
Ah,
don't think
okay.
this is the right link.
Yeah, that's no problem. The link that you've got, link number 2 brings you to all the question and answer sessions. So the question and answer session for business has just finished with Connell. It just finished for at 9:20. So the questions and answers session that's on now is for engineering and technology. And so if you were looking for a business related subject, then at 9:40 in the classroom there will be an online class, a demonstration class with Mark and Connell. But that is going to be on the first link, Zoom 1. Would you like me to put that link into the chat for you now?
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be no problem. Or in fact, I think I have a link that brings you to the homepage and has all of the links on it. Do you have that link, the homepage?
Yeah, I think I have that, but I think I did it wrong.
You clicked the wrong link, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I'll do is I will put right now into the chat the link that will bring you to the classroom. But right now, the class that's going on is not actually for business. The class that is going on right now is mathematics. Now, in business, you will also do mathematics, so maybe it would be fine to go there now. So the link I'm sending, that one there is the Zoom 2, Zoom 1 room, which is for the classrooms that are going on at the moment.
Well, thank you.
No problem at all. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Yes. So sorry, Dami. You were saying that overall it was a little bit different, and that there were some good points, as in you can get to class without having to have a big commute and get yourself ready and travel and all that stuff. But there must be also
Yes.
downsides, eh?
The downside is probably internet connection.
Yeah.
Um, you might not really like get the teacher's attention as much as possible. Like in class, you could just raise up your hand as this teacher is talking. But like on the online class, as the teacher is talking, if you raise up your hand, the teacher might not have seen it until like 2 minutes later. And then she'll
Yes.
be like, oh, what, like, who's that? Oh, what part don't you understand? And she has to like go back.
Yeah.
So those are like the downsides, but like the other side, there are more advantages than disadvantages.
Yeah. What size is your class? Your engineering class is pretty big, isn't it, Tammy? You got nearly the
Yeah,
15, or you have exactly 15?
no, we're at 13.
Right, 13. Yeah. Did you start with 15 and maybe some people moved out of the class?
Uh,
I can't
yeah,
remember your current take
well,
two.
someone left, but another person came. So I
Yeah.
think like the
Yeah.
numbers stay.
Yeah. So what we always try to do is we try to keep our groups at 15 if we can, because it's more efficient to run it that way. Having a small class means that you have a teacher who could be teaching 10 or 15 students, but they're only teaching 5 or 6. Did you know that the engineering and technology class in intake 1 was quite small? Only
No.
six students. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I think that there were a couple of students who started and moved across. You guys have Kai Hong in your group.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Whereas I think originally he was planning on starting intake 1 and then he moved across to intake 2. Yes, a good group. And is it a good group? Unfortunately, I don't teach you guys because I'm not engineering tutor, and because I'm teaching bio instead of physics. It means I don't
Well,
have you guys for class, except for those, what were they, academic skills at the beginning.
yeah, for the boys it is. For the girls, I don't think so. Because like they're just two. and
Yeah.
then like they don't really communicate so easily because of the difference in their accents. So it's not
Yeah.
easy for them, but like they
Okay, I
try.
understand. Yeah, yeah. I don't know the names off the top of my head, but it can be difficult always in an engineering class. You know, girls will always find that they'll be in a class with maybe the majority of boys, and they might be in a kind of a minority situation, and they would have to get used to that too. Wouldn't they? Yeah. Hi, we have somebody who's popped in there. Hello. Is it Ken? Is it?
Hi, good
Hi,
morning, Noma Ken Golden. My name is Noma Ken Golden.
Noma.
Noma Ken Golden, yes.
Okay. Hi, how are you? Are you a
I'm
prospective
fine.
student for engineering and technology?
Yes, I am.
Oh, well, welcome. You're in the right place. My name is Colin, and
Mm,
I am the program manager for the first intake of engineering and technology, as well as for science and health science. I'm here speaking with Damilola. Damilola is one of our current intake 2 engineering and technology students.
Hi,
Yeah,
Damlola.
Hi.
yeah. So the purpose of this questions and answers session is that both myself and Dami, as the class rep representing the students, are here to answer any questions that you might have. Typically, students will have a lot of questions, and so we've provided this time, you know, first of all, to answer any questions you might have, and then if you don't have any particular questions, we have a bunch of topics that we were kind of talking about anyway. Did you have any particular question that you wanted to ask?
No, I don't have questions to ask.
Okay, yeah. Well, the kind of things that we're talking about here is how the experience of online classes has been for the students. And Dami was saying that there were positive and there were negative points about our transition to online classes. How many weeks about, Dami, did you have before we switched over to online? How long were you in the normal classroom for?
We're there to like it's like my birthday, after my birthday. So yeah, that was like from January 6th to March 20th. So that was like,
Like
let's say
10,
12, 30 weeks. Like,
something like that. Yeah, there would have
yeah,
been a week's break in there as well. So yeah, typically it's around about I think it might have been about the 11 or 12 weeks. Yeah, so not enough time to maybe get used to everything because it's only a small part of the course. And the transition was sudden, wasn't it?
it was sudden, very sudden.
I don't know. I don't know if you know, but the situation in Ireland was that fairly early on, the government decided to close all of the physical face-to-face schools. So we moved in the middle or in the early part of March, I think it was. Yeah, and what it meant was there was rumors, and there was will it happen, won't it happen for a few days. And then on a Wednesday, they made an announcement. That's it. All the schools, junior schools, primary, secondary, third level, all of them will close their physical classrooms. And so our staff came in on the Thursday. After that, or maybe the students went home on the Thursday. The students had only the Thursday, and then on the Friday we came in for one day, the staff members, and then the following Monday morning we had ourselves set up with the beginning of our online teaching. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to ask is, what has assessment been like during the online period for you, Demi?
Like the tests.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. What have you thought of it?
uh, the tests were different because like we're not writing like solutions,
Hmm.
and then like it's like IELTS, we're like doing it for all subjects. So and then we like lesser time, so like just an hour or two.
Okay.
So what's it's different. It's very
Yeah.
different to like
Yeah.
writing it physically.
It's possible that some subjects are fairly similar. Like I imagine that if you're writing for an EAP, so if you're doing your English for academic purposes, if you're doing a writing test, maybe it's not so different writing by hand in an exam hall versus typing on the computer. But I imagine that other subjects like your mathematics and your physics, that must be very different because you can't type those things. What's the
Yeah.
solution there for an assessment in mathematics? What do they do?
Like they give us the question, and then like there are two ways. Is either like you solve it on a paper, you snap it, then you send it, or you just like type the answer. Some of them just require the answer. So
Yeah, okay. So some short questions you can just type in the answer. I understand.
yeah,
But these essentially are open book examinations then, aren't they? Because if students are
yes,
working in their own home, yeah, yeah. Is that
yeah.
different to closed book exams?
Well, it's the open book doesn't mean you can really open your book, because the way they will put the questions, you still can't, like, you can't even get the answers on the internet. You have to like know it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I suppose it would be working it out. Yeah, yeah.
yes,
And so at the moment for you, how many weeks do you have remaining on the program?
I think we're finishing next week.
Yeah, yeah. And then it will be the week after that that the exams begin. Can you remember
Yeah.
what exam? Can you remember what exam is coming up first?
Well, no, I haven't like gone through the timetable
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of some stuff.
Yeah, no, I understand. As I understand it, it's going to be the English exams first, 2 days of the English exams on the 30th and
Okay.
then on the 1st of July. And then I think that it's the following week that you'll go through your content subjects. So your English is one of your 4 subjects. What are the other 3 content subjects that you have?
Chemistry, physics, math.
Okay, and which of those do you prefer?
Like the
What's your
English.
favorite?
Oh, my favorite, like between the physics, chemistry, and math.
Yeah.
It's probably like math is the math. It's the easiest. So
Okay, yeah. So, and what's the teaching like in mathematics then, in the classroom environment? How is that?
the teacher is funny.
Oh yeah?
He's funny because he always has like stories to tell, like for every example. So it's very funny. And then he's the same teacher that like teaches physics.
Okay.
So then
So
yeah.
the classroom teaching methods, what sort of technology gets used in maths and physics then?
There's like the whiteboard, and then there's like the virtual board. It's like the so like there's the whiteboard, and then there's like another board he uses like as a screen with his laptop. So when he has like a picture to show or an example, he shows it through his laptop, and then when he wants to like resolve it, he would like just write it.
Yeah, yeah. And do the students get a chance to solve any of these in class, or is it done outside of class?
No, it's during class.
Yeah, but the students themselves will solve this so by contributing verbally, or will you?
It depends. It depends on time.
Yeah.
If there's like enough time, then we could do that. If there isn't enough time, maybe we have to like do 2 topics in a day, so he won't really ask much questions unless you ask a question.
Yeah. How many hours in total do you have per day then of class?
For each subject is 2
just
hours.
of a normal day, yeah.
A normal day is from 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 2 hours of each subject.
Yeah.
So 9 to 11, 11 to 1 o'clock. Then we have break. Then 2 to 4. Then just most of the time we end by 4. Sometimes 5.
Yeah. I'm looking at your timetable here. Maybe I'll show this. So there's your timetable there. So you maybe don't see this view because this is the entire timetable for the college. But this group would be the January engineers. So on Monday morning you have a double period of maths, isn't it, from 9 to 11?
Yeah. Yes.
With Stephen, and then from 11 till 1 you have chemistry with Lorraine. Yeah.
Yes.
What happens in the assessment support classes, can I ask?
Well, it depends on the teacher. So for us with Lorraine, she puts us through other chemistry, and then she's like also our tutor. So she helps us like counseling.
Yes.
So like she prepped me for my interview with my school.
Oh, good. Where are you going to go? Where were you interviewing for?
So like the course I'm studying in uni is audio and music technology.
Oh, wonderful! I didn't know that, that's excellent.
Yeah, so because of that, I had like some stuff I had to produce to send to the school. So like actually that was what I was doing, like exactly when you like before the class started. So like she prepped me with her
Yeah.
with someone else that is quite professional in that area. They
Of
called
course,
me
yeah.
on Zoom.
She has some contacts in that area, I would believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they asked me a few questions. They put me through, told me what to wear.
So do you see in the future yourself being involved in music production or being an artist for making it?
Oh no, I'm actually focusing on like live sound and
Oh,
recording. So like, yeah, I produce, but like
okay.
I also like do live sound. So
So
majorly for
for
like, yeah,
live events.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool. Okay, yeah.
So and it's very scarce in Ireland, which gives me more opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. That's a good news story.
Yeah.
We have hit 9:40, which means that the time allotted for questions and answers for engineering and technology is ended. We are expecting now that on this questions and answers session, we should have Yash arriving in for health science, and we may have some more students who are more attendees who would have questions to ask. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that we are ready to stop because we don't want to run over, if that's okay. But I
Okay.
don't see those guys arriving right this second. We have
I
a
have a
question.
question.
Excellent. Yeah, cool.
Okay. For this course for engineering, what are the compulsory courses to like take for this?
Do you mean within DIFC, what subjects will you take?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as we were talking about there, Dami has 4 basic subjects, although he has some extra hours on his timetable. The 4 basic subjects are mathematics, physics, chemistry, and EAP, which is English for academic purposes. The EAP is done by everybody on the International Foundation year. Everybody on the IFY does the same EAP syllabus. And everybody does mathematics, although the mathematics, Dami, is different for you, isn't it, than it is for the other IFY streams in the second semester.
Yes, it is.
And then chemistry is shared between science and engineering and technology. So they are all in chemistry, and then it is only the engineers that are doing physics.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, they're all in roughly the same amount of hours, and then as well as those 4 subjects, there will be extra hours in the first semester of academic skills, which are general classes surrounding using IT in learning, writing research reports. And then there will also be group tutorials, and that's where the engineering group, together with one dedicated tutor, will talk about placement, university choices, and general, academic and pastoral support.
Okay.
That fills the timetable. Super. So I'm going to wrap that up there and say thanks to you, Dami. I know we've got some people arriving in here who I presume are looking to speak about science and health science. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
So thanks very much, guys, for that,
Okay.
and I will hopefully talk to you again.
Okay, no.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.